Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to just a chill and chat. I'm exhausted. I don't feel like doing much anything tonight. I've been busy working on videos today because that's just the nature of the beast. Uh, I've been had my head jammed inside of an editor today, or I've been on camera, and that has been a challenge in itself today. That is not a joke. Uh, that's been quite a challenge today. Um, just one of those things, it's just the natural order of things. If you have a YouTube channel and you're trying to put out content and that sort of thing, unless you have your own studio, just get ready to have a lot of headaches. That is just kind of how it is. So unless you got your own studio or something to that effect, you're going to have problems, which is exactly what I had today. It was, yeah, I got as far as I could get, with everything. um, so here, after the stream, I'll be going in and opening up the editor again and actually getting to finish a few videos, which is actually really cool because it's been a little while since I've actually had one finished. So that's been a challenge in itself, getting them done, because I've got one that I've got to finish and I just have to film a scene. But the problem is that the scene I have to film, um, I just either I've been on another project and haven't been able to film and or something to that effect. But it's one of those things. I mean, I can kind of act out the scene. It's not a super big deal. Um, so for the first few minutes, like usual, we just kind of BS. Hey, what's going on, Hades? Good to see you, buddy. Working on getting out of work, I assume. That's awesome, man. I always say it when I'm at work. I always like to say when I'm on break and you got a customer, kind of watching you. I always tell them that my favorite. I say this is my second favorite time of the day, break time, and they're like, "Oh yeah, right on, man." Let me guess, your favorite time is when it's time to go home. I said exactly, and they always get people always laugh about that. They always think that's really funny. Um, or another one, because I work in a fast food restaurant, people will come in and they're, I'm like, what can we? It's like um, they'll say, what's your right, exactly. And they always, I have customers that always crack up because, like I said, I work a fast food restaurant, and you'll hear me say, if a customer, if I'm up at front counter and a customer says, I need a little bit of time, I'm still deciding. You'll hear me actually say to them, hey, what's going on, Mikey G? You'll actually hear me say to the customer, if they say they need time, they want to look at the menu and kind of decide what they want. You'll hear me turn around and say, take your time, I get paid by the hour. And they always laugh at that. And it's even funnier because I've actually done that joke in front of the owner operator. And they just sit there and shake their head laughing because the customer's laughing because it's like that should actually tick somebody off. Oh yeah, oh yeah, that first cigarette right after work. But yeah, it's just like you light that cigarette. You're sitting. If you're like me, you're sitting in Project Spirit. You light that cigarette, and it's like that instant relief that the day is over. You're done. You don't have to deal with any more stuff. What's going on, Sassy Queenie? Welcome to the live. Good to see you. I am doing fantastic. We're just doing a quick, kind of a chilling chat tonight because I've been editing videos. I know Mondays that Princess Faye is going to, well, it was where Princess Faye was taking over the channel. Oh, you're working on some videos too. We've been trying to make it where once a week we do an video upload. And if you've seen any of my work on video uploads. I'm now getting known for my mad editing skills, and I enjoy it. It's fun. It can get a little tedious at times, which is why I'm always. If people are like, What are you doing right now?" My head's in the video editor right now, and they're like, "You're always in the video editor." No joke. There's a reason for that. A good quality video takes a little bit of time. There you go. There you go. Right now, I've got three videos that I'm pushing right now. One of them is on. Let me give you a little backstory here. I'm actually working on a video where Princess Faye was at work, and you know, I'm here at home, and I'm off work this particular night, and Princess Faye says, "Are you still awake?" "Yeah, I'm still awake." I said, "I hadn't quite laid down, I hadn't quite, lied down yet." She's like, so she calls, she's on her break. I said, "Lena's got, Project Lena's got two flat tires." I'm like, "Two flat tires?" I'm like, "A flat tire is a pain in the ass to deal with anyways, but two?" And we had to jump. So that morning, I had to go pick Princess Faye up from work. She basically they were slow leaks. And where they were was kind of suspicious, but they were slow leaks. So it's like, okay, these things can happen. So we had to, it basically had aired up the tires enough, pulled it over there near, where, pulled it over to, a tire shop, and where we could get it in there and they can get the tires changed out, and ended up changing three out of four of the tires because the ones that were in the back are slightly larger. So it was just a pain in the neck. And that day spent what? That particular week, we almost spent about $400 on Project Lena. So it got ridiculous real quick. And I'm like, we just spent a small fortune on the battery. And what was about it was a couple of weeks ago, we released a video on Project Lena and doing the battery and everything. Because I called home from work. She's like, Princess Faye's like, "Project Lena won't start. Lena won't start." I'm like, "Well, what the heck? What is she doing?" And when she described it, I said, "That's a dead battery altogether." She's like, "Yeah, exactly. I kind of figured that out." And because it's been so cold where I'm at, it killed the battery. Just freaking killed it. Um, but it'd been a couple of years, and the battery that was in there was a kind of a cheap Walmart battery. And I gave a lot of information in that video. I mean, a lot of information. So, Sassy Queenie, I know if you're still in the stream, kind of a heads up. One of the videos that we're getting ready to release, we're going to try it out, see how well it goes. I don't know how this is going to go, but one of the projects, one of the YouTube projects I'm working on. Last year, I got approached by a friend of mine here on YouTube, another friend of mine here on YouTube, goes by the name of Midnight Cool. She basically approached me and said, "Hey, you do a lot of really cool car stuff, um, and could you start doing videos for women that have never learned anything about cars?" And I'm like, "Really?" And I mean, "Hey, what's going on, Chairman? Oh, you got Predator on Fortnite? Awesome, awesome." Well, when she basically approached me about this, basically it's like, "I've never, I don't know anything about cars." I said, "Well, what do you know?" She said, "I pretty well know where the gas and oil goes, and the oil is kind of iffy." I'm like, "Oh, shoot. Oh, that is a problem." And she more or less said, "There's a lot of ladies out there that get ripped off at shops because they don't know anything about cars." And I've heard the horror stories for years, years. I mean, I've heard the horror stories. Um, so now we're kind of gearing a series, no pun intended, for the ladies now. And I was actually working on simultaneously, in a way, two videos today. One of them is almost completed. The other one, I've got to film a couple little scenes, kind of going into some inside information. And I know there's going to, in the introduction for the Lady Hot Rodder series that we're going to be doing, which it's going to be in conjunction with Do It Yourself Budget Hot Rodding, Lady Mavericks Unite, is kind of what it's going to be called. And, I know there's going to be some guys, well, what about us? Guys, really? There's videos and TV shows out there that you guys have been, if you haven't picked it up by now, there's something wrong. Ask yourself that question, why haven't I picked up on this? And the reason is because you're not as interested as you think you are. I mean, and I basically said that in the video. But there's going to be a little bit more excitement than, what I'm saying right now for that introduction video. And then we're doing one on routine maintenance on topping it off. Oh, really? Yeah. So we're kind of doing it a little bit differently because a lot of the lady hot rodder stuff that's out there is, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad, but we're specifically kind of, this is, doing like a beginners, intermediate, and more advanced and the advanced stuff, you know. Honey, it's in the chat,
I said, hey
right? So that's kind of the thing that we're working on right now. So that's the thing, so we're definitely going full bore. And I'll have plenty of content to kind of release throughout the year. And I'm going to give you, I know there is going to be some guys that's going to get excited about this because there is kind of here on the Prince Magnum channel, there's actually kind of two camps to choose from in the do-it-yourself budget hot rodding lineup. And that is, ironically enough, on that side, there's the Project Spirit Camp, which is a pretty big sized camp for the channel, and then there's Project Lena. Now, for those that are maybe you're not familiar with the hot rodding side of the channel, the we have two project vehicles here on the channel. The first project vehicle that everyone's very familiar with. What's going on, Lewis? Welcome to the live, my friend. Chit chatting, I'm talking about all the projects kind of going on all at once. But if you're fairly new to the channel, which we cycle members in and out regularly, evidently for the Maverick Nation, that 1.07K. We got to break that. Let me say right now, okay. On this, the hot rodding side of the channel, there's two main projects for that side of the channel. The first project that everyone knows is Project Spirit, and she's the popular one because she's the older one, much older. We're talking a 1975 Ford Maverick four-door, a family hot rod, if you will. And I know when we start doing the Lady Hot Rodder series here on the channel, we're going to actually talk about kind of some of the things that you're gonna have problems that the ladies are gonna run into. First and foremost, you're a woman getting into a particular genre that has always been thought of as a guy scene, and ironically enough, there's more women doing custom cars than ever before. So much so that there's actually more ladies doing custom cars than the men, and more ladies are in the motorsports than ever before. Women are slowly taking over the custom car genre. Which thank goodness for that, because guys just aren't building them anymore. They're just not doing it like they used to. And the only ones that are still turning wrenches on them are getting older, and like myself, who's getting older, and we're slowing down a little bit, or we're just too dang old and can't do it anymore. And we just got the one that we built, like 20, 30 years ago, and just keeping up with it now. Those are the only guys really doing it now. The younger ones that are doing it now aren't doing the older stuff like we used to, because it's so hard to get the older stuff. They have to grab on to imports, or do that that late model American sports car, you know. And yeah, I said it that way. And we're actually I'm in the when we start when I do it, there is a video that I have to kind of film for the lady hot rodders, and what it basically boils down to is for the lady hot rodders. Um, the beginner stuff is just as it is, topping off your coolant, checking your oil, um, how to monitor, the time between oil changes, stuff like that, that sort of stuff. How to use a scan tool, little stuff, little stuff. Um, so that's kind of where that is. We're going to be doing stuff like that, in the beginner stuff, how to diagnose simple problems. In the more intermediate stuff, how to replace the parts, some of the parts, and maybe get something a little bit better on there, kind of the edge of custom, if you will. And then, of course, what's going on? Midnight Cool. I actually just gave you a shout out for being part of the inspiration for the Lady Hot Rodders series that we're working on. It's in the editor right now. It's in the editor. For those that don't know, Midnight Cool is the inspiration for, one of the main inspirations for this series. Again, we're going to have a beginner, an intermediate, and an advanced videos to go with this. That way, the ladies, this series is for you. Okay, I know, and I apologize because Princess, exactly, and at the same time, it's a it's a big homage to you ladies because I'll tell y'all right now, ladies have started taking over motorsports. The day that we were at the drag strip, there was more ladies on that drag strip than I had seen ever, including in the junior drags. For those who don't know, it's like the little dragsters. There was more young teenage women than I had ever seen. So that basically the girls are taking over the drag strip now. And that was right here in my little bitty, small town of Bonne Terre. That's not a joke, folks. The gals are taking over motorsports. I've seen more lady drifters than any other time frame, than before. We're starting to see it. Guys aren't building them like we used to. All the guys, so in order to keep the hot rod genre alive that I love so much, it's time to start passing that torch to who is going to do it. There you go, Chairman. So we are at that stage where, guys, I've been doing it for a long time here on the channel. If you haven't picked it up by now, either A, get off your butt and do it. And I don't mean to be that mean. Or C, that's A. B, stop lying to yourself. You're not as interested as you thought you were, So we're going to start. We're still going to do the regular stuff for our for the general hot rod community. Like with Project Spirit, but at the forefront of the ladies hot rodder series, Project Lena is going to be at the forefront. I know there's going to be some ladies like, why isn't Project Spirit going to be at the forefront? Well, here's the problem. Good luck finding them now. Mavericks, Comets, Falcons, Camaros, Mustangs. We're talking the real classics. You can find the fourth generation Camaros and Firebirds all day. They're starting to litter the junkyards like you wouldn't believe. And the parts are widely available. You can still kind of sort of find the third generation Camaros and Firebirds, which I'm going to actually have to do that video for anybody looking for the American sports car to put back on the road. You can find all day. Corvettes, that's all of them pretty much collector's items now. So that's just kind of the thing right now, So it's one of those things that, the beginners courses, the beginners and intermediate courses for the Ladies Hot Rodder series, which it's going to be do-it-yourself budget hot rodding and Lady Mavericks United, and then what we're working on. And when it goes into the video, this is going to be, it's all going to be there for the ladies, but this is where this fits in. This is a beginner's video for the ladies. This is going to be an intermediate video for the ladies. This is going to be the advanced, we will bring Project Spirit over into this part, but mostly it's going to be all about Project Lena, because that's Princess Faye's car. And I will tell you all right now, that's actually going to be what you're going to find the most of now. Even the Japanese imports, that a lot of guys grab. Oh, there you go. That's what's up, Chairman. So, I mean, we're really kind of pushing now more than ever the series really dedicated to the ladies, and to get into the more the stuff kind of for the general populace, the stuff that everybody enjoys with Project Spirit. Well, that's going to be mainly focused for kind of everybody, which ironically enough, Project Spirit's still going to be at the forefront. There you go, Midnight Cool. Yeah. So that's kind of where we stand right now. Mikey G, I know you're somewhere in the background. I got to try out my voiceover stuff for the editor so I could do our videos. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's funny, man. Well, it's something that everybody can relate to. We're talking right now that the stuff that we're working on right now is definitely at the top of the list of things that I know you guys are going to enjoy. So we're having a good time with it. It's going to be a lot of fun, lot of fun. So ladies, you guys are getting your series, and I will say, as it's going to say in the video, I do apologize. Princess Faye can work on them. She's good at turning wrenches. She can. I've got video footage of her driving Project Spirit as a manual, and I've got video footage of her, turning wrenches on Project Spirit. She's all of my artwork on Project Spirit. That woman right over there, who's playing Fortnite. I'm bragging on you. That sort of thing. We're talking, she does the amazing artwork on Project Spirit, but she's one that it's like she can do it, but asking her to explain it isn't going to happen. She's just better off at doing it, Oh, thank you, Miss Kelly. So I'm going to be the one that's going to be right up there. Oh, it's good to see you too, Lewis. It's good to see you. So that's kind of where we stand on this. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad at all, Miss Kelly. Y'all know how I feel about that, okay? When you're here, I appreciate it, and I'm glad that you're here. When you're not, I miss you, but I understand. It's life. It's life. That's the way it is. Hey, what's going on, Brady? Retro Brady. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Cameron, welcome to the live. Good to see everybody. We got so many wonderful people in right now. So many wonderful people. And again, this is just kind of a chill and chat. I'm exhausted from being on camera. I've been busy today, working my butt off. And I wanted to get on Fortnite earlier, maybe do some filming, but I'll be absolutely honest with you. It's going to have to wait. It's going to have to wait a second because I've been busy. I have been busy. because we have to get busy on the video series. And what we're going to kind of see is I'm going to be scaling back some of my live streams, right? Look at all you maverick mechanics out there watching my back. Those of you in gray, don't feel like you got to be, don't. That is a lot of maverick mechanics watching over you guys, making sure you don't get trolled either. That is freaking amazing, isn't it? That's a lot of y'all watching over us all. That is awesome. I love that. Love that. Just that power that the Prince Magnum channel has. And it's not even really me, because let's face facts, it's the project cars and my beautiful wife. I'm the host. The real stars a lot of times are the project cars and my beautiful wife right over there. Those are the real stars. I'm just the host anymore. It's the stuff that happens behind the scenes or the project vehicles that you all, it just comes together with it. I just put it together. That's really all it is anymore. That's real honest to goodness truth. Anymore, it's the other stuff that either happens on camera where I kind of put it together, or it happens off camera behind the scenes. Just one of them things. If Ian was in here, on Fortnite, his thing is wood for the win joke, and we've been doing a lot of wood for the win jokes on Save the World for Fortnite, and we finally got the OBS to film it right so I can do the wood for the win jokes for him. Oh, real quick, wood for the win. Anyhow, So that's just kind of some of the stuff we're working on right now. I'm also going to, for Surviving Romance, I'm wanting to also start doing kind of a diner dive mini series. Kind of a diner dive. I know, basically like foods that you would get in like roadside diners and things like that. Because I know here in the US there's talk about it. There's been rumor for a little while with the new president taking over. Okay, Chairman, you go rest up. Take it easy on that back of yours, all right? Lots of love. Big streamer hug to you. Big streamer hug. There's been talk about another shutdown. If this happens, I mean, nobody going anywhere, other than working home. So when this happens, I want to be kind of in preparation for all of that. And, so we're not going to, I've been on self-quarantine anyways, pretty much almost all of last year and a lot of already this year, I've been on self-quarantine. Princess Faye has kind of, kind of kept a tight leash on me for a good reason, I know there's been that, with the new president taking over. So if this happens, I thought it would be really kind of wise, to, there you go, Chairman. That's what's up. Kind of, that whole thing. It's awesome. That whole thing where, if you can't go out, then why not make it at home sort of thing. So we're going to start getting into a lot more immersion frying. I know the big thing now is air frying. And I'll be absolutely honest with you. There's some people that just can't afford devices like that. We just can't afford it. So why not bring back the proper way to do immersion frying? It does have to happen. And I know there's going to be a lot of people that are not going to, I know with this new president that, yeah, we've got, I know we've got the pressure cooker. I need to, kind of try my hand at doing broth. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, broths, which doing a broth takes time. It takes a lot of time. And I've been wanting to do like a beef broth. Well, the problem with doing like a beef broth The problem with that is that it takes a lot of time, and pressure cooking is the only way to do it because with a pressure cooker, 45 minutes. It doesn't take as much time. Um, right. And the truth of it is I'm going to say it right now. Immersion frying is not as bad for you if you know what you're freaking doing. And thankfully, with all the time that I've had the last 6 years working in a fast food joint, I know a lot about. As a matter of fact, I actually am for the last 4 years of that six. I've been in the maintenance department in some way, shape, or form, whether I want to be or not. At times, and every good solid maintenance man inside of all the fast food chains have different names for them, but um, if you if you get into the maintenance department in a fast food restaurant, you should have some sort of a specialty. Well, oil integrity is mine. And if you know what you're doing, you do not end up with greasy food. And I've had a lot of time get good. Well, the problem is that if you don't know what you're doing, you end up with greasy food. And with the fast food chains, it's, get it, make the food as fast as possible. Oh, and yeah, make the food as fast as possible. And because if you don't, you can't keep up with the orders. So with speed comes greasy food that people think tastes great. You wouldn't know what to do with an air fryer. I'm Even if I got one, I mean, yeah, I'd probably use it, but I'll be absolutely honest with you, it's not traditional for diner style food.
I want
Like,
one.
huh?
I want one.
I know you want one, baby.
Of course, I also don't like oil. I don't like the taste. I don't like the texture.
Not true. I mean, the chili.
I'm talking in general.
Oh, the chili cheese tater tots the other night.
Well, yeah, they were good, but you drained them properly.
Exactly. I mean, because
But there's still a pot of oil on our stove.
Exactly. Well, it's going to be used again.
Right, and that's fine. But in the meantime,
there's a pot of oil
on my stove.
And we'll actually be going over how to properly dispose of it and things like that. Just things that people don't know. It is healthier, but the problem is, okay, even if you deep fry, immersion frying or even pan frying, if you don't do it right, yeah, it's really bad for you. But it's not as bad for you and I'm basically the middle ground if you know what you're doing. And Princess Faye just kind of hit on that, because I know how to properly drain it, because I know how to properly season it and things like that. It's not that it's still bad for you, but it's not as bad. But we're talking like chili cheese fries or things like that. Chili cheese fries, chili cheese tater tots, stuff that you would get in a roadside diner or a roadside dive. That really awesome food that it's like, you really shouldn't be eating it if you have a cholesterol problem, but you really want it. It's those guilty pleasures from roadside diners and those old style drive-in, and I'm talking like the ones that we like to, the one in particular we love to feature here on the channel, the Pig up in Fredericktown. Oh my God. The food is bad for you, but you still want it. And I'm going to show how to make stuff like that in case there is a lockdown or you really want to show off. You guys, I'm telling y'all right now, there's something about it. Women that could cook, yeah, that's a thing. Well, it's actually slowly becoming a thing in the past. No one really cooks anymore. But I'm telling y'all right now, if a guy learns to cook and learns how to cook well, man, I don't know any woman that isn't like, oh yeah, my man can cook. And I like doing that dinner for two stuff. I mean, y'all know that. I mean, that's a lot of surviving romance. That dinner for two and showing off like that. And, knowing how to do immersion frying and doing that roadside food like that. Yeah. I mean, come on. That's where it's at. If you could do guys, if you can at least do those guilty pleasures like that, man, I'm telling you right now, your wife, bragging rights for the wife. That's really what surviving romance kind of has a lot of. All right, since this is a chill and chat. If y'all ever wondered where you know, the inspiration for surviving romance really actually came from, okay, and I'm just gonna tell y'all this is the honest goodness truth. For those that don't know, I used to work the medical field. I worked the medical field for a long, long time, 13 years in the medical field. And I loved it. I loved my time in the medical field. Yeah, Midnight Cool. Yeah, you kind of, yeah, yeah. And we might do that in urban survival. We'll do some stuff like that, kind of that, you know, you're kind of by yourself sort of thing. We might have to do that sometime. Simple dishes when the other half is away, stuff like that. Um, just stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, I'm right there with you. What was it? But, you know, um, when we're talking about um surviving romance, work in the medical field for years, that's still, when you work nursing, I worked nursing. Yeah, I know there's going to be some jokes, but go ahead and get it over with. Basically, I was a guy working in nursing. I I was a CNA CMT with initial certification, so I was just shy of. There you go. Yes, and I'll do that. I'll do that sometime. Which I've got some of those ones that are really easy to kind of do like that. Um, Maybe like so if you will, I was a male nurse. That's yeah, and I know there's going to be some guys male nurse.
Not anymore.
Not and that used to be a thing where guys would get made fun. Yeah, my dad actually kind of made fun of me for that for like a moment, and I'm like, you know what? I just want to point out how many women I'll be working around. And he's
Well, you
like,
gotta
that's not
remember
so.
your dad's a dick.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Really, um, really, Nathaniel? I already warned you. That was your last one. That was your last one. Video's coming out soon. That was your last warning. You already blew it. All right. I'm waiting for your race. Throw down. And I will actually contact Honesty Gamer. I'm sure he would love to just go ahead and take you to court for using his name. Defamation of character, moron. Okay? Defamation of character. It's right here. How many people just seen it? Who's in the chat right now?
move on.
So you're going to end up in court now. Okay? I'm sure he'll be glad to take you there. Right? Thank you, Miss Kelly. Appreciate that. Just anyhow, um, yeah, we're fucking poor, fucking people. God. So where were we? Okay, because I've worked in nursing for so many years, working in nursing homes, and I worked around a lot of women. That being said, the number one problem that I ran into working around, I wouldn't say it's a problem, but I kind of learned some things from my days in nursing, listening to a lot of women talk. Be out there, on smoke break, you'd be smoking, right? Right? He's jealous. Anyhow. Um, so because of the fact that, I've worked around a lot of women and you'd be out there, on smoke break and you just listen. This was the smartest thing I did in, when I would be on break. I would just listen sometimes. And I would hear all the gals I worked with complain about their other half. And the complaints were he's uncaring, he doesn't do anything. It's this, it's that, and it was out of hand. I mean, I'm sitting there thinking, my God, if I would hate to be in this guy's shoes, thinking, if their other halves heard it, I mean, man, the hate was great with them. And I mean, it got, I mean, I don't even know why I'm with them anymore, stuff like that. And I mean, it got real. So a lot of times I would sit there and I would listen. It's like, okay, where are these guys going wrong? And I tried to pick up on it, tried my best to learn from it um, as much as possible. And I had said to myself, I was already kind of like this anyways, um, because as politely as I could put this, my father is a chauvinistic pig. Okay, my father is a chauvinistic pig, and I oftentimes listen to the way that he would talk about women, and I'm sitting there thinking that's not true. I mean, you know, um, give you an idea, if we went to like the monster truck rallies, and I would see, you know, you would see like a woman behind the wheel of a monster truck. The hate was great with him, and it's like they're just competing with the guys, you know. Um, so that was just kind of one of those things. Nathaniel, I'm not kidding. The next video might be me pulling up in front of your place. Okay? Fucking get lost. What's up, J Dog? Good to see you. It's like he's actively, yeah. It, anyhow, where was I? So that was where the bulk of it was. I mean, you would listen to like my dad, kind of boo them, because they were women. And it's like, what the fuck, dude? They're just competing. So I kind of picked up on that so that you can already see the groundwork being laid, okay? And it's good to see you, J Dog. So the groundwork was already being laid by learning what not to do with my dad from my dad. Okay, like I said, my dad's a chauvinistic pig. All right, really, I've not heard of it yet. Um, I don't get on Netflix. If I'm usually on Netflix, I'm watching Star Trek. I'm a sci-fi, good sci-fi. Hasn't been bought by Disney and ruined. I know everyone's on the Mandalorian thing, and I just can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it since Disney's got it. I mean, the animated stuff from Star Wars. Need I say any more? You know, um, So I don't. If I'm on Netflix, I'm binge watching. I'm binge watching Star Trek. But anyhow, um, so um, so now that I've said that, we're talking. You're not from Texas. You're from Farmington. Um, Let me take a moment right now. Let me take a very special moment. We have my stalker in here right now, Nathaniel Francis in Farmington. This is a particular guy that runs a total of 3 YouTube channels that can't get past 59 subscribers. The computer equipment that he actually has in his bedroom, he actually ripped off from people. Oh, it's about $400 on a particular monitor. This information came to me through Princess Faye when someone actually said, your husband shouldn't be doing business with a guy like that. He's pissed off because he was talking smack behind my back on another channel and got busted by my little sister. As a matter of fact, his own mother actually works for the yeah, basically, he's a loser. Okay, I have offered to basically throw down. Yeah. His mother actually works for the prison system. Okay, and if it ever got out, how many people this son of a bitch has ripped off for computer equipment and other stuff? Yeah, that would look really bad. I'm pretty sure she would be very upset right now. So let me take a moment. This is the son of a bitch that is trying to mess with me. Okay. Again, one more time. If you want to throw down, the race is waiting for you, pal. The race is waiting for you. We already know you won't do it. Number one, you can't. You don't own a vehicle and you don't even have a driver's license. Number two, you're too scared. Okay. Oh, no. I'm going to throw it. Street race. I got the perfect spot. Never lost a race there. And I've done it several times. Won several times. He won't do it, though. Even if he did have a car, he can't do it. Because he won't win. I'm that good still. Even at my age. I'm still in my prime behind the wheel. Yeah, so there's your reaction. I'd start throwing you under the bus one more time, and I start giving away your channel names so we could shut you down. Supreme Anime is the channel. Is one of them. Do you need the other two? We will shut you down. I'm friends with someone that enjoys shutting down channels. So there you have it. Video's coming. All right. Because I got one other person that's going to be I'll be throwing down too. All right. Back to business. So that's where the inspiration for Surviving Romance came from, is listening to other women talk about their other half. Yeah. So that's where that actually came from. And then, of course, because of the fact that, that's where it came from. And then learning, how not to be a chauvinistic pig from my, basically doing opposite of my dad. Because it's like, it was, the groundwork was laid. And I basically said that when I got with when I married, all that other stuff, I was going to do exactly opposite of what I heard. Now, it's not saying I'm perfect all the time. By all means, I fail in that department regularly. Yeah, we got the right person in our group that loves to help shut down channels, I'm sure. Or at least out them enough where you don't want to be associated. So that's where that stands, So these are some of the things this is the inspiration for Surviving Romance. And then, of course, because of Surviving Romance and the Hot Rodding series that has been the basis of my channel, the groundwork. Oh, Nerf is fun. Nerf is fun. I love Nerf guns, but they can get expensive, downright expensive. And they have changed so much from when I was a kid. When I was a kid, one shot. Now they're multiple shots, and it's like, y'all are lucky. This is bullshit. Why didn't I get ones that were this good? You know, it's bullshit. Anyhow, y'all get the good stuff, like that, Of course, the toys that we had in the 80s, the kids' toys that we had in the 80s weren't near they were okay. The quality wasn't always the greatest. I mean, that's just kind of how it is. I mean, GI Joes that were held together in the midsection with a freaking rubber band. Oh, really? That is awesome. That is awesome, J Dog. I'll have to check that out. But the basis for the Prince Magnum channel is hot rodding and romance. Now, it was a couple years ago, and this shortly after Jammin' John was back in Oregon. We were kind of sitting around talking, and I said, it's kind of Princess Faye, actually, him and I started talking about it, but where this started from, Princess Faye was the one who actually kind of sat there one day and she's like, come to think of it, I think you're the only one doing both custom cars and romance. You're the only one. And I'm like, are you sure? I'm sure there's somebody out there doing the same thing. I'm sure of it. And so we sat down and we kind of, we kind of, him-hawed about it. I'm like, and Princess Faye started looking. And then when I talked to Jammin' John, he started looking. I'm like, I said, Princess Faye actually pointed out that she thinks I'm the only one doing it. I'm like, really? He's like, come to think of it, I think you are the only one. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Get those videos up, J-Dog. So we started looking for 3 months. We looked. Couldn't find anybody doing the same exact thing. The custom cars and romance together. And then that kind of inspired that one video that's kind of the feature video on the channel. If you've not seen it, you'll catch on. And basically it's like, how hot rodding and romance actually exist, coexist, how it actually does coexist. And I basically go through, hey, what's going on, Raven? So that was where and the two subjects have always gone together. They've always gone together. It's just one of those things. Just chilling chat tonight, brother. Just a chilling chat. We're kind of talking about the projects that are working on. Really? Really? Oh, I stole the like button. That's awesome, Raven. I like that one. That's good. That's good. That's funny. I like that one. That's funny. I stole your like button. So that's where that lies. So if you will, right. If you will, because of the fact that, I'm the only one doing it. In a nutshell, it's just one of those things. I mean, so because, no one else is doing it, I get to claim it. It's mine. Mine, all mine. Yeah. Yeah, go for it, J-Dog. If you're in blue, drop the link, brother. Drop that link. Drop it like a freaking, drop it like a freaking hot rock, like a hot potato. Hot potato. If you're in blue, grab it and put it in the chat. Don't be afraid to, okay? That's how that works. Don't be afraid to drop the link in the chat. If you're in blue, you don't even need my permission. If I gave you blue, I trust you already. You know, that's how that works. So that's where that stands. Okay. There you go. For for the Nerf blaster battles. That's awesome stuff. Um, so if you will, I basically claimed it that I'm the first doing both custom cars and romance as its main platform. There was one that did come close. I know they came close, and it was Stacy David of Gears when he was reviewing a 1970 Plymouth Superbird, and the car had a bench seat, which I ended up using this in a particular video, and I know Miss Kelly's seen this one. The one where we went to the pig, and it was right after we got Project Spirit. Project Spirit had been away for about a year. There you go. Oh, there's the second one. Yeah. And we kind of, you know, so we didn't even have her back, you know, a full 24 hours, and we were down the road, you know, grabbing, going out to the pig in Fredericktown, and you know, we grabbed a bite to eat. It was awesome, awesome. And in that video, I actually made the crack. You know, why do I like you know, bench seats? For this reason alone. And I had Princess Face scoot next to me. I put my arm around her and try to do that with your bucket seats. That whole crack was actually in that video. And I actually talked about it in the you know, where hot rodding and romance do coexist. A friend of mine, Third Gen 83. Oh, that's awesome, Jade. That's awesome, man. I need to get a GoPro. I need to get one. My old cameras like this are starting to wear out. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. So it happens. But in a nutshell, that's what happened there was, you know, the whole, yeah, him and I, basically where the joke comes from, you know, try to do this with your bucket seats. For a long time, and we're going to actually talk a little bit about this in more depth. Oh, it brave guy. All right, now I got to get over there. I got to get over there and see you, J Dog. But I think I'm already. I just don't get it. I'm always heading the editor. Sorry, bad Prince Magnum. Bad. Anyhow, so where this actually came from, the crack about the bench seat. My friend, Third Gen 83. Oh, really? Wow. Let's see. Now I'm gonna have to go check that out. But my friend Third Gen 83, who also has a Maverick, him and I were kind of chit-chatting one day, you know, talking about putting bucket seats in Project Spirit. And finally I had to tell him, I said, you know, we could debate on bucket seats all day long. I said, but I can't put, you know, put bucket seats in Project Spirit. And he's like, well, why not? I said, because Princess Faye has already vetoed us on this. And he basically says, you know, he said, well, why has she vetoed us on the bucket seats? And I said, because I said, she can't sit next to me and I can't put my arm around her when we're cruising. And he kind of sits quiet. And he says, you know, bench seats are pretty cool. So that was where that actually came from. And, you know, so that's really where that all started, you know. Boom! Please don't forget to screenshot and send me the screenshots through Messenger. What's going on? Breaking Insanity Cycle. Good to see you. Good to see you. So that's really where the crack about Project bench seat actually comes from. It was an actual conversation with one, not only a member of the Maverick Nation, but someone who's actually sent me some really cool stuff for Project Spirit. So, and there, it's in there now, except for one thing that he sent me, I could not put in right away. And it's actually a brake pedal for the automatics. For those who don't know, if you have a manual, if you have a manual transmission car, the brake pedals are different than what you'll find in the automatic version. The automatic version of a car usually has the brake pedal is wider. The one for the manuals, what's going on, Gravetaker? Good to see you. The ones for the manuals are narrower because you have to fit that clutch pedal in there. Well, what ended up happening is with Project Spirit, her being a manual car for so many years, she came out as a manual powered car, and we changed her over to the automatic. I like manual. I love driving a stick. I enjoy the stick shift. Well, the problem is it's getting harder to find those parts for the old stick shift. And what we had to do was when we pulled out the manual and changed over to an automatic, we've got the pedal for the automatic to change her over. Well, the problem is that there's actually a bar that everything kind of rides on underneath the dash. You would have to cut that down and kind of weld it together, and it would work fine. Well, my son, Devin, he wants all the manual stuff out of Project Spirit. He wants to build his own Maverick. He wants to find an old four-door Maverick, just like Dad, and he wants to build his own. Like father, like son, right, guys? Come on, y'all with me? He wants to build his own version of Project Spirit, and he wants to do it with a manual. So we have to save all I've still got all the manual stuff, including the shifter, the linkage, everything, out of Project Spirit. We're going to have to change over the bell housing, clutch assembly, and everything for like a hydraulic clutch, which Lakewood has the stuff that we would need. The troll that I'm referring to is not a troll. He's actually a stalker. And we're just going to do a video and I'm going to out him. And I have already thrown down a challenge for him to actually street race me. He won't do it though. He's chicken shit. Anyhow. So that's just kind of where that is. So yeah, it is what it is. But anyhow, so now that, that I've said that, we're talking with, so, I mean, we couldn't just change over that clutch pedal. Like I said, we could have, cut down that clutch pedal, the bar for for the brake pedal, but then, we'd be back to square one when it came time for my son, when he goes to build his car. So that was the only thing we couldn't put in just yet. And so I've got to actually go out and find the replacement piece, for the automatic part. So it's not like you would think it just connects. It basically, there's underneath your dash, there's going to be like this bar, and your clutch, your brake pedal kind of rides on that. And when you push it down, it pushes this armature into the master cylinder or your brake booster, depending on what type of brake system you have. But any which way you kind of look at it, it connects in all the same way, kind of, sort of, in some way, shape, or form. And without a visual aid, it's kind of hard to describe, but basically it has to ride on this bar underneath your dash. So when you push down, it rides on that bar and pushes in the armature to engage your brake system. Well, and that's how hydraulic brakes work. And for all cars up until more modern times that use now an electrical system that will eventually let you down in a way that you cannot imagine, modern cars are designed to fail. Just get used to it, folks. Until we start screaming at the car companies, we won't buy new cars. We'll just put old ones back on the road. Uh, you know, um, you're just going to get ripped off. That's just how it works. They're going to rip you off there. So that's how that works. All right.
You're at 1 hour.
1 hour.
You're at 1 hour.
I'm done. You. As soon as I jump off here, we'll see about food things. I'll cook.
I'm not hungry.
You're not hungry.
I love cuddles.
You want cuddles? Well, I still need to eat something.
Well, you need something, but then I want cuddles.
Yes, dear. Cuddle, cuddle. Cuddle, cuddle. Okay. So, that is how that works. You buy a new car anytime after 2006, even the imports, the Japanese imports they're just not holding up. Japan's even getting that idea, doing what the American car companies do. Oh, awesome, Jada. See, I do like, I know Princess Faye definitely loves animal videos in any way, shape, or form for the most part, unless the animal's being abused, then that's something totally different. For those that know about a guy I used to do videos with on occasion back in the day, and slowly being taken off. Those videos are going away. Another one. Don't beat cats, folks. Don't beat cats. I gotta go get some coffee. So that's how all that works, you know. Oh, that's awesome. See, I love that stuff. Which that reminds me, we have a video in the editor that I got to finish up. It won't take me super long. Actually, I think it's about done. I think it is done, actually. Except for obviously for the snapping turtles. Oh my gosh, yeah, for obvious reasons. The snapping turtles. So that's where that stands. We got one on Zelda. Got one on Zelda in the editor. Should be. I think it actually might be done. I'll have to look. I've been hard at it. Turtle, right? So yeah, you guys are. I got content ready. I just got to start loading it up. Which that reminds me, after this live stream, before I go to bed tonight, I've got a video to upload. Cinnamon's very first. There you go. There you go. Breaking Insanity Cycle. It's so good to see you in here today. Actually, we're talking about a cat. If Princess Faye has a moment, what's going on? Third Gen 83. Welcome to the live, my friend. Zelda is actually our kitty cat, and if she has a moment to grab said kitty cat,
If I can find said kitty cat.
she's kind of like she's one that everyone asks about here on the channel. She's a kitty cat that everyone just loves to pieces. She's been on the channel since she's been a little teeny tiny little kitten. We're talking teeny tiny, just barely weaned. Okay, we just got her home, and how she got her name Zelda. Oh, there you go. That's what's up. I know a lot of people like Pokemon, and I'll have to tell the story sometime. But I actually have I have an old beef with Pokemon, an old beef, and it's actually kind of funny. All right, I'll tell you. The first time I ever seen a Pokemon cartoon, the style of animation, I immediately thought that they brought Voltron back. What's going on, Steven? Hey, Thick Different. Everyone's making their way in. That's awesome. And we're slowly winding down for the evening. But yeah, because of this, I initially thought it was Voltron for a brief second. I was like, wait a minute, this isn't Voltron. And I got pissed off. Yeah, so that was, yeah. Oh, this is, come here, sweetie. Is, this is Zelda. Oh, this is Zelda. That is our kitten Zelda. She's the baby. Right? This is the baby. She's like, I'm done. Yes, yes. And she has been on and off the channel, taking her time when she can. Um, I don't even know what kind of cat she is. I just know that she's a fluffy kitty.
She's definitely not no rag doll.
Yeah.
You pick her up and she turns into a puffer fish.
Right. She acts like a teenager right now, so I'm assuming that she's in her teen years as far as kitty cats go. Basically, she's on her own agenda. You know,
She's a bitch.
yeah, yeah, a little bit of a bitch. So she's just one of them things. One of them things. We love our cats, and that is Zelda. That is our little Zelda. Now, somewhere around here is the big one. Is the big one, and that's Taver. He's our big male cat that you'd swear to God was her daddy, but nah, he didn't. He's our nutless wonder, if you will. He's just a big cuddly cat. Yeah, you're not hunting down each cat. I knew what you meant. But yeah, he's our big giant ball of fur. He's big. And he is literally so big, I can actually put him up on my shoulder like he's a baby. He's that big. At which he actually kind of likes that. He's weird like that. He likes his paws over your shoulder like that. And he just looks around and you just sit there scratch him under the chin and all that. Yeah. He's just he's a big giant baby. We love our cats. There you go. I'm gonna have to show them off sometime, but yeah, ragdoll cat, yeah. But yeah, we love our cats. And if you're a true gearhead, like this guy right here, it's not uncommon to have a cat running around. Third gen, come on, you're with me on that. Have a cat running around somewhere. What's going on, Sean? And real quick, because primarily this channel is a DIY channel, primarily. Real quick, we're actually getting ready to phase these cameras out here on the channel, but this is actually one of the dash cams. So some of the really awesome footage that comes from the Dasher Project, Spirit of Project Lena, is from one of these cameras. We have two of these, ironically enough. Yeah, you're not late. You're in time for this. You're just in time for this. And the way that we used to use these for everything, and then we got some good handhelds, but the way we would prop them up was just crazy as heck. I mean, the way we would prop them up. And finally, one day, oh, there you go, there you go. Uh, we use these cameras for everything. But finally, before we started getting all the handheld cameras and everything, I got the idea one day, maybe I should just make a camera mount because they don't offer camera mounts for these, except for right here, which mounts literally to your windshield through a suction cup. But I got this idea, why don't I build one? So I can stand it up wherever I need to, because you should see some of the ways that we've kind of guerrilla styled the Prince Magnum channel with these cameras. Not a joke. And these are good cameras. It's just they're wearing out. And I think this one in particular I've had for like almost 4 years. So I got the idea. Why don't I build one? So I actually got a block of wood that I literally cut down from a tree right in behind HQ. And this is the camera mount, literally. That's it. You can literally see where I cut it out and shaped the wood from a tree that I cut down. And thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate that like. Thanks, Juffalo's Blobs. Welcome to the live. Thank you so much. But how I did it is I carved out this section, various different power tools and files and things like that. But then for right here where the camera goes, right like that. So I'd have a spot for the lens. What I did was I took this half moon shaped file and laid it right down in this particular spot. And I worked it back and forth till I had the perfect spot for the camera mount, for the camera to mount in. And it literally just sits like that. So because I took a file and used it right here, I have decided that I should try my hand at being a secretary because I'm so good at filing. That's Sean's favorite joke. I've told that one. There it is. That's Sean's favorite joke here on the channel. Of course, now we got the one for Ian. Win. Welcome back, Lewis. Yeah, that's a classic joke here on the channel. About the camera mount, which that's actually true, and I did use it a couple of times for a couple of videos. And didn't do a bad job. I was actually really proud of that, But there you have it, I did do that for a little while, every stream earlier last year. But then, it's like I kind of put the joke up for a little while. Yeah, you haven't heard that one in a while. But yeah, see, Think Different and Sean, they know that joke all too well. I used to tell that one pretty regularly every time we were here in the office. Yeah, that was a popular joke here for a while on the channel. And then I just kind of stopped telling it. Another one that I would do every once in a while, I'd pick up a pair of tongs or something like that. And I do this one regularly at work, or even a pair of pliers. You'll see me pick it up and say that these will do in a pinch. Get it? They'll do in a pinch. People think that one's kind of cute. That's just a cute joke. So it's nice to tell those cute little pun jokes like that, I actually have a bunch of jokes I tell at work, that, someone's like, dad joke. Come on now. That's a good joke. It works, pick up a pair of tongs or something like that and do that little pun, that this will work in a pinch. People think it's cute, because it's not dirty. And a lot of times doing comedy, it's easy to do dirty jokes. It really is. It's really easy to do dirty jokes. Thank you so much, Lewis. Appreciate that. It's easy to do dirty jokes. It takes a little bit more talent to think of some, jokes that aren't dirty. That still relate to people and are funny. And I enjoy doing those little goofy ones, kind of sneak those little zingers like that. And I'll wear them out because, come on, that's just the way it is, just the way it is, that it's unfortunate that, people get really hung up on the, the dirty jokes and everything. To me, it takes more talent. And I will say that my inspiration for doing the ones that aren't just dirty jokes, or that's I will say that one of my big inspirations for that is, believe it or not, Michael Winslow. For those who don't know who Michael Winslow is, Motormouth Jones from Police Academy, and of course, he also played as the radar guy in Spaceballs. Yeah. The guy at the radar who did the sound effects. That's Michael Winslow, and he's great stand-up comic. There's actually one of his older ones from the early 2000s where he was doing stand-up comedy. Um, and it was hilarious. It was a great special. I love it, and I still enjoy watching it. He does an basically does like a guitar impression of Jimi Hendrix, and it's like just absolutely amazing. And he was the one that really said, doing comedy that isn't focused on just being dirty. He feels is more challenging, and he loves, and just awesome stuff. So that is my inspiration for doing regularly, trying to not just do dirty jokes. Um, and of course, um, doing the dirty stuff. I mean, it's easy stuff. If you ever see me on Gamerians Tuesday Night Madness, you know exactly what I'm talking about because I'm always saying, getting ticked off and saying those, like the bear jokes. Yeah, everyone knows the bear jokes. Getting pissed off. Oh, a bear takes a dump in your mouth. A big, runny, steamy dump right in your mouth. And I mean, it sounds like I'm really mad. Um, I hope a bear uses your eye sockets as a. And we'll go into this one spot at Weeping Woods, and I'll say, "Oh, look, a bear!" The bear statue, and they're like, "Just no, Prince Magnum, no." It's hilarious. So it works for the video games. I'm really not that pissed off. I'm really not that pissed off, but I'm playing into it like I am. And of course, the body massage jokes, the body massage joke. And of course, Raven, he hasn't said it in a while, the king of the body massage. uh, that actually has a little bit of the body massage jokes while I'm talking about it. When playing Fortnite, actually has a backstory. Um, I actually, when they, yeah, that's another one. Testicle licking whistle wart, yeah. Butt sniffers. That's another one that I use. If I don't agree with what's going on in the game, you'll hear me say there's a whole lot of butt sniffery going on at the moment. Yeah. So that's just yeah. Um, one of them things. Just things I come up with just off the top of my head. Yep. Serious butt sniffery going on right now. Yeah. And of course, everyone laughs at it. Poor Broken Mike. Every time I get started, which I know I'm probably going to be in Super Saturday tomorrow. I'll probably be in Super Saturday on Broken Mike's stream. When I do Super Saturday on Broken Mike's stream, the last week when I did Broken Mike's Super Saturday stream, that put him and Hugo were laughing so hard they couldn't breathe. Poor Broken Mike, and you could hear Danny in the background. Broken Mike's wife, Danny, laughing uncontrollably. She's like, "I don't know what to say," and Hugo is sitting there going, "I right now I am questioning my life decisions in joining the stream today." He's like, just why? Why? Because I mean, I was just, and Hugo was in, I think he was in one of Ian's streams, and he's like, I was lurky turkey in the background, and he was talking about that particular, Super Saturday. And he was talking about it in the stream. He was like, Prince Magnum was just way gone. And Ian turns around and says, "I'm telling you right now, Prince Magnum is absolutely just a comedy genius at times." Something to that effect. And he's like, he's hilarious. I mean, when you get him going, he's hilarious. He's very funny, very funny. And it's just one of those things. You just come up with, I mean, you just get those one liners like that. So it's really awesome stuff. So, And maybe sometime that's actually initially what Off the Chain is supposed to be a lot of. Off the Chain is actually supposed to be a lot of comedy stuff or just where it's all about having fun. Just throw caution to the wind. Think for a second, okay? Because a lot of my stuff, a lot of times I'm sometimes reserved when I'm doing the educational DIY. What's going on, Haggis? Good to see, man. Good to see you. I'm sorry I didn't get to stay for the whole premiere. I had a whole lot of stuff kind of going on at that particular moment, but I stayed as long as I could, and it was good stuff. Good stuff. I was right there when you were you kind of doing your little dancey stuff there in the middle of it. It was very funny, and I did not know you had a drone. You had a That was neat. Really neat that you have a drone. I need to get one because I need some of those kind of aerial shots of Project Spirit. Kind of going in. I need some aerial shots of Project Spirit. Good to see you, Haggis. Another one that's got worked his butt off to get to 1K. Absolutely good stuff. Does a lot of panel stuff and really interesting. Um, and just good stuff, good quality stuff. You want a good chill stream? Haggis is one of those awesome people that definitely you should check out. And I know Reaper went live. She's been doing some interesting kind of computer games. Really neat as of late. Um, so that's where that is. Ta-da! You know. So yeah, awesome people. Again, I'm fortunate here on the Prince Magnum channel. I got some awesome people to come in and hang out with me. And I get to join some wonderful people on other channels, just amazing people. I know Ron is one of them that I definitely got to do a panel with sometime. I would love to do a panel with Ron and just kind of chat with him. Maybe do an interview with him because I know Ron's a professional chef and would actually teach me some really good stuff. He actually told me that it's like why you are not doing cooking shows on like PBS. I don't. He actually told me that once, and just I was like, oh, thank you, big compliments, big compliments. It made me feel really good. Ron's a really nice guy, and if you see one of his older pictures, he definitely could pass for Brett Michaels of Poison. Just older. I'm like, dang, dude, dang, you could pass for Brett Michaels of Poison, you know. Which Brett Michaels, Poison. Come on, great '80s band. Um, I know some people get hung up on great music, easily forgotten, great '80s band. So there you have that. All right, I do need to jump off here. I got to go take care of my blood sugar. I'm starting to feel a little kind of, ooh, yeah. I got to go take care of me, guys. So, just one of those things. I got to go take care of me, you know. And I know if you guys started seeing knew my blood sugar was starting to get a little low, y'all would kind of get on to me. Get off the stream, go eat, go take care of you. You guys are awesome. Thank you all so very much. I appreciate every last one of you being here tonight. You guys are amazing. Didn't have a whole lot, that I could do tonight. So I was just kind of, I didn't feel like getting on the game because, I'd already run my computer ragged, running the editor and everything. So it's like, just chill stream. Talk about what are you guys working on? J-Dog actually did it. My troll, my stalker, we know what he's working on. He's working on a foot long, and we're not talking hot dogs. Anyhow, there it was. Thank you so much, Lewis. Appreciate that. Be sure to smash that like button. Thank you so much. Lewis for the win right there. Pow. It's back of what the hell, man. All right, so that does bring us to a good stopping point. As always, get out there and work on a project. I don't care what it is, just do something with yourself. Remember, idle hands and a creative mind go together like oil and water. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet and do something special for them today. And as always, for all of you out there, no one out there has told any of you that they love you today. Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.